Hi guys, so today I decided to do my foundation routine. This is actually featuring the matte Prolongwear SPF 10 foundation, and I decided to do this just because I know a lot of people ask what I do for my foundation. This is just what I do some days. I will do a foundation routine using a drugstore foundation that I'm currently liking, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And the first thing I do is I use the Protection Visage SPF 50, and this is also by MAC, and this is just like a sunscreen, and I put this on with my MAC 190, which is just like the simple foundation brush. And sometimes I like to do the essential foundation brush from Real Techniques, but this one's dirty at the moment because I did somebody's makeup last night. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on, and then I just put it on the back of my hand. And the reason that I do this with a brush instead of my finger is because I feel like it sits better on my skin when I use a brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And the reason I'm looking this way is because I have a mirror there. Okay, so that's it for my face protect. That works as my primer. I don't use another separate primer unless I think I'm gonna get one without the SPF, just because I'm usually sitting in an office during the week, so I don't think that I need the extra protection. And also I went to MAC recently, and originally when I got this was like 2 years ago maybe, and the makeup artist told me that you could use it as a primer, but then recently when I went to MAC, the girl told me that it actually doesn't prolong the foundation wear, which I find funny because I do have very oily skin and I have acne prone skin, and it actually works as my primer. So if you want something with a lot of SPF in it, it's SPF 50. You can use that as your primer. I feel like it doesn't prolong my foundation wear, but it doesn't make it less either. I just find that it really sits well on my skin, and it protects my skin at the same time, because as you can see, I have a lot of acne scarring all around my cheeks, on my chin, some on my forehead. I've had acne like all throughout my teenage years, and I find that it really helps to make the hyperpigmentation a little bit less, or protect my skin from getting even darker, just because I did have a lot of acne. I do still have acne, but most of these are scars and not actual active breakouts. So I feel like if I protect my skin, it's not going to get any darker than it already is. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my foundation. And the foundation that I'm currently using is the Prolongwear SPF 10 foundation. And I'm actually using two colors, NC30 and NC25. And as you can see, these are very separate. And this is too light for my skin, even though it should be the right skin tone. It's not. It's way too light. And then this one is actually way too dark for me right now. This is usually my summer color, and it's an NC30. But I feel like I haven't gotten any darker since I've been out in the sun and stuff. So I'm actually mixing these two, and I'm using more of this than this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the back of my hand. And I put like a pump and a half, or even two, of the lighter color, and then one full pump of the darker color, and then I just mix it with my fingers, as you can see. And this foundation is actually a medium to full coverage, and it says it's supposed to last for like 8 hours or some crazy time or something. And the brush I'm using for this part is the e.l.f. powder brush, and it looks like this, and it's just a flat top synthetic brush, and it's actually very dense, so, and it's very, very soft. I've talked about this a million times already, but what I do with this is I just put it on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to stipple it on. Okay, so I've pretty much got the first layer on, and I almost have close to nothing on my hand left. And I'm just going to go back and do like a little bit more on some of the parts of my face where I have more discoloration or hyperpigmentation. And I am bringing it down a little bit to my neck just because I don't want it to look like I have a mask on. And as you can see, the foundation by itself covers up a lot. And stippling it in also helps to cover more spots up and hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. So that's why I really like this foundation, and then using this brush with it. So now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and the concealer I'm currently using is the Prolongwear concealer, and it looks like this, and the color I'm using currently is NC30. And I put it in a little pot like this just because when I squirt it out, it squirts out way too much, and I don't want to waste the product. So I'm going to put it under my eyes, and I'm using the Dome Shadow brush from Real Techniques. And this is like such a good brush for this because it's so soft, and it helps it blend in really well. So I'm just going to put it all over, and then I'm going to blend it in. Okay. Okay, so that's my under eye circles, and then I'm going to go ahead and do some blemishes a little bit around my face. And I find that this concealer actually does cover up really well, and not only that, but it actually does last a very long time. I don't have to retouch. I don't find that I have to touch up my foundation or anything else in my routine at all throughout the rest of the day. Maybe I'll powder because I don't really like touching up my makeup. I find that it's unnecessary, especially because I'm usually like in a rush. Okay, so after I've done that, the spot treatment and my under eye circles, I'm going to go ahead and powder the section underneath my eyes where I feel like it might crease. And so I'm just going to pat it in a little bit more. And with this angled contour brush from e.l.f. First I'm going to take off the fuzz on my face. And then with the Select Sheer Pressed Powder, it looks like this. My color is NC30, and I'm going to go ahead and use that for under my eyes. It's actually better if you use a clear powder, but I ran out of my MAC Prep and Prime transparent finishing powder, so I'm going to just go ahead and use this. And I find this works the exact same way. Okay, so that part is done, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the blush brush from Real Techniques, and I love this brush. It's so soft, and I'm going to go ahead and buff this in into all of my face. And this just really helps mattify my face down because I do have oily skin, and as you can see, this foundation kind of has like a satin finish, which I don't mind on some days, but most of the time I find that I need to set my foundation or else it's going to just go everywhere because my foundation tends to spread. so that's actually all of what I do for my face, for my foundation routine. And then I go on to do my eyeshadow or my eyebrows, or sometimes I'll even do my eyeshadow and eyebrows before my foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. I went ahead and did the rest of my makeup. I just put some blue liner on the top of my eyes, and that's from MAC. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called, so I will list it down below. And then I have Sunny, Blunt, and Melba on my cheeks. And then on my lips, I have the Lip Surgeon's lip tint that I got in my Birchbox in Peaceful. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you can please let me know what you want me to do next. I will surely do that, so just go ahead and leave comments down below if you have any questions about my foundation or anything that I used during the video. I will try to list everything that I mentioned down below. And yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I've said that like 20 times. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for watching.